Hey, what's up, guys? It is me, your lovely ray of sunshine. Sorry I didn't post. I don't know if I posted the day before yesterday, but I know I did it yesterday. Life at home is hectic, and I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I will. I promise, okay? Right now, I'm still doing my my journal, or whatever it's called. It's an article on foster care, orphan train, the history of foster care. What do I hope to point out with my article that I have investigated and got credible sources to? What do I hope to gain from this? What I hope to gain is to prove to you that child trafficking started probably long before the technical history of America, where we actually gained a government, right? Probably long before that, like in Roman days. I will give you the history on that. And probably long before that. But as far as this country goes, it became legal to traffic your children. Did you know that? It became legal for the government to traffic your children. And I'm going to break that down. And yeah, so just, here we go. So I'm going to read it because I wrote it, okay? Because I'll ramble like I'm doing right now. So, the history of foster care. History of foster care started in 1729 in Natchez, Mississippi. It was started to give orphan children of immigrants to America and orphan children of wars homes, right? Although this was influenced by classical education, which put emphasis on Greek and Roman structures, and was utilized later in America for church orphanages. Pause. Greek and Roman. I'm no genius, but you know, my dad kept me in a damn world encyclopedia my whole damn, however long I was living there, and I learned a lot of world history, and I was actually quite infatuated with the Roman and Greek history. And what I do know about Rome is when they went to war to go conquer another nation, guess what they do? Guess. Just take a big guess. Oh, they would slaughter you, but they wouldn't slaughter the children, okay? They would take the children, bring them back to Rome, and they would put them in boarding schools where they could basically civilize them according to Roman standards, and them children would become Roman. They're no longer their ancestry. They are Roman. I want you to understand that, okay? So we're going to move forward. All right. So, where was I? Okay. Churches and orphanages. Then later influenced the Civilization Fund Act of 1819. The Civilization Fund Act of 1819 is what allowed the government to intrude on Native Americans' families, removing their children from the home by force and placing them in civilization schools, group homes, churches, boarding schools. Okay? Now, we just established what a boarding school was according to Roman times, and since Roman times is what's influenced the orphanages in our country in the beginning, Roman times is also what influenced this, because that's what influenced the Civilization Act of 1819. So, the Children's Aid Society was founded by Charles Brace, initiated the orphan train in 1853. He was talking about it then, he was fundraising for it then, although it was not implemented and put into motion until 1856. So he took 3 years to get the money up to do that orphan train. This train relocated more than 200,000 orphaned children that was recorded, okay? Orphaned children to civilized, I love that word for history, foster families. What does it mean to be civilized, guys? Are we even civilized now? I'll get into it. I'm not going to ramble. According to the 7th decennial census report, the population of America was 23,191,876 in 1850. And the total population included 3,204,313 slaves. In 1853 to 1900s, foster families were selected based on their social status. What are they selected by now? Just curious. I'll look into it. Okay. With no observation or character verification, they were given children. No observation, character verification. Do you know what they had to do once they received the children? Once a year, they would send the CAS a letter and a picture of the child, proving that the child is healthy and well maintained. Pretty much. That is still alive. That's all they cared about. But if they're moving more than 200,000 that are not documented, did they truly ever read those letters? I'm just curious. The children arriving on the orphan train would be advertised. So they would have merchandisers and promoters come through the whole orphan train route, stop in the towns along the way, and promote the children based on their pictures. And then these so-called foster families would select the children based on what they desire, right? So what they desire would be their hair color, eye color, body stature, gender, ethnicity. You got to think about that, right? Why would they have to be so selective, though? Okay, so the children arriving on the orphan train would be advertised on docks, along rail yards, stages for the selection of their new childlike merchandise. Their words, not mine. They labeled the children as merchandise. Why would they be merchandise if they're not in a store, right? Because they were the store. Children were merchandise. So, going in, children were advertised and ordered. The Children Aid Society, the CAS, would advertise the children in newspapers and through merchants as the next shipment of children were on the way. What gender they were, color of eyes and hair, their nationality beforehand. You had a buffet of diverse children to choose from to fit your desires or needs or wants. You get it? Yes. So I'm going to cut this off here because I don't want it to be an extra long video. Okay? So I will pick back up probably bright and early in the morning before I pull out. Okay? And post the rest, probably the rest, I don't know. We probably got like one, maybe two more videos of this. And then I will jump back into my story, guys, okay? I'll do my best to handle it the appropriate way. So with that being said, I'm you are me. Let's fix each other in unity. Missing my wife. Let's fix each other in unity. And remember to be the difference that makes a difference. And when I say that this time, what I'm saying is, let's retrain our brain so that we can honestly think. Because obviously our history is not really sold to us in bulk. We don't know it all. And that's why we're lost now. So we need to pick up our pieces, put them all back together, learn how to reunite. We only became divided as a nation through Bacon's Rebellion, and I'm like a huge history geek, so I understand Bacon's Rebellion. I might touch on it if you all would like for me to. Just let me know. You all have a great day.